Hello and good morning to everyone. Today the date is 27 of December. Today I'm issuing in this statement the urgent need to make an intelligence cooperation against all those terrorists of Tahrir al-Sham that are in Syria right now. 30% of the terrorists that are part of this elite terror organization, Tahrir al-Sham, that now is in a snaky move, part of the new government. 30% of them are coming from Turkish nations like Uzbekistan, Tataristan, uh, Tajikistan, Chechnya, that has an Turkish orientation, and Israel has no clue about those terrorists. They don't they have any need to invest someone that was in the first or second Chechnyan war, or was in Kazan in Russia, or in Samarkand in Uzbekistan, or in Grozny in Chechnya. Those gaps of intel have to be solved by people from Greece that have really good intelligence about Turkey. A lot of those Turkish nations terrorists are living and are also in deep connections in Turkey and with Turkey. So this solution to close these gaps can come from Balkanian countries, can come from Russia, especially, can come from Greece, also especially, and we have to have this cooperation between us, because otherwise we are going to be wiped up of the map, like nations like Albanians and Bosnians that are originally Serbs and Christian, and North Macedonians and other nations. The Turkey had totally changed. They changed in their history, their narrative. They raped their women, and they took a mass percent of their population and Islamized it, Islamized them, and then they even forgot who they were, and their fathers been praying in the church, and they now this danger is in the front of the Balkans, is going against Russia again as a threat, also in places like Libya. Also, protesters and terror can start again in southern Russia, and also in places in Russia, also in the Balkans, and also against Israel from the north. Um, and the only way to solve it, that when we identify that Turkey right now is the problem, and she's the one that is leading all those terrorists that most of them comes from Turkish nations in Central Asia. Also, 70% at least of the forces in the elite units of this terror organization, Tahrir al-Sham, are also coming from Turkish nations. So they are in touch also with the Turkish intelligence, and the Turkish intelligence is helping them and supporting them. So right now, the same enemy that fought against Russia in the 90s is threatening against us. And we, in our intelligence system, haven't been studying Turkey, because Turkish, because we were all the time in peace with them. So why won't we invest our forces and abilities in other places? Now we have an intelligence gap, and we have to support countries that are suffering from the same problem, to not let Turkey um, lift up his head and to threat the Balkans, or to try to steal territories over there. No, not to make terror in Russia, nor in the Balkans, not against Greece, and also no, not against us in Israel. That's why we need you. We need your people, your intelligence forces, your knowledge, because you have seen the enemy in the Turkish orientation. When we saw the enemy as someone who speaks Arab, because our environment haven't been Turkish by Turkish influence. It was by Arab influence. But your enemy was working and following the Turkish influence and Turkish languages. So that's why we need you. We need this cooperation. We have to have this cooperation also with Russia and also with your countries. So I'm calling not to follow the pressure of countries from Western Europe and even United States if they would try to hijack the situation and to prevent us from solving this gap that we have to solve in order to save our countries, to save our nations, to make stability all around the world and also in the Middle East and also in Asia and also in Europe. We have to work together regardless of what the so-called West, United States or Western Europe will say. This alliance between the Western Europe in the time of the Protestant revolutionaries and also the Ottomans led to every day to 7 October when they had tortured and killed people in Greece and raped their women in the Balkans, kidnapped children, and forced nations and populations to Islamize themselves and to convert. And this thing can happen again by the silence of the West and by the silence of the Protestant countries like Germany, but also United States. I'm worried about them because Trump had said, even Trump himself, that that Erdogan is a smart guy and he wants to take a land that was belonged to him for years, and he referred it to the Kurdish regions that Erdogan is their own Hitler. Erdogan is stealing their land, is trying to steal their oil, to steal their sources, and he is butchering them without any reason. Of course, there is also PPK in Turkey, but the organizations that are working in Syria, we have to support them too as a proxy against Turkey. And also the Druze in Syria were also an historical enemy of the Turks. They had abused them. Also, there are Christian Orthodox that maybe didn't love the Israel so much all those years, but now we can be their allies and to support them against the jihadists. And Turkey, that is the country that is part of NATO and is violating human rights more than any country in NATO and also in the Middle East. It's better to be a Christian in Egypt or in Syria or in Jordan than to be a Christian in Turkey. It's unbelievable. Not the situation in Syria is so good for Christian. And this country, this violating human rights country, is part of NATO. Why? Because they had said in the past that it's better to live under a smart Turk than a stupid Christian. That's why they allowed the murder and the torture of their brothers in the Balkans, the Catholics and the Orthodox nations for years. And that's the danger that we have to count on ourselves. We, the Orthodox and the Balkan countries and the Jews and Russia together to save the world, like we did it in the time of the Ottoman Empire. This cooperation had saved the world. We have to do it again, because if we will follow United States that lives and stays across the sea in America and can go over there and escape from the problem in the Middle East whenever she wants, or with Western Europe that haven't been occupied by Turkish forces during the history, we won't solve the problem. Together, we are strong. Together, we can do it, and we have to do it together. Thank you very much. And eventually, I hope that the holy places that are belong to the Serbian people in Kosovo and their history, and the holy places of the Orthodox Christian in Antiochia and in Constantinople, Byzantium, and Hagia Sophia will get back eventually to the hands of the believers and to those nations, because Turkey themselves are not belong to this region that is called Minor Asia. They occupied this place after it was for hundreds of years and centuries an Orthodox place and Greek Hellenistic. The most holy places for the Orthodox Church are in Turkey. And we also, as Jews, have been stolen. Our most important and holy places had been stolen in Jerusalem, in Hebron, and in Eretz Israel, the land of Israel. Let's work together to have our rights to go and pray and to preserve our most holy places, also in Turkey, your places, and also our places in Jerusalem and in Hebron and in Yehuda Shomron in Israel. And maybe this treaty, this alliance of you supporting our right to be in our holy places and historical places will support your right to pray in Antioch and in Hagia Sophia and Constantinople without them destroying your iconic figures and your temples, and also in Cyprus. Maybe this alliance that we will support each other will be a unity of force that will eventually prevent Turkey from abusing holy places of nations like the Jews and the Orthodox Christians. There is a lot to discuss. Also, we are waiting to see you in Israel and to have a better and warm relationship with us, because we need it in order to save the world and ourselves from this enemy. Thank you very much. My name is Gideon Ben Avraham. I'm a Middle East expert and a commentator over here in Israel. Thank you very much.